I had an idea. Wouldn't it be great if you could play against Llama 3.2? And I initially was very excited about the idea because it was meant to be so powerful. But I changed my mind having had worked on it a lot in the first initial instance. Now, you haven't seen me online the last few days because I've been moving house and building this thing. I fell down the rabbit hole of working on this, and I came up with a bunch of other solutions and techniques and things that I shouldn't have wasted my time on. At the same time, there's no pure logic in this game. The large language model is making decisions and is trying to find me, and it basically knows where I am based on the map itself being broken up into language sections. I noticed that it couldn't figure out the grid pattern, so it had no spatial understanding whatsoever. You know, if you were saying you're on 00 and it starts off on 2918, you know, from us humans, it's a direction of one direction to get there, straight line, and mathematically you can figure that out really easily. So having tried a lot to improve it, you know, it does actually work, and I'll put the code up later if anybody asks for it. Um, uh, but it's a bit stupid, to be fair, you know, like as in I've frozen these two guys here because I'm within range out, yeah, but it still hunts me down and still gets me. There's no real collaboration because the large language model wasn't smart enough to figure it out, or I wasn't smart enough to create the model to be smarter. So I moved on to creating another model, one myself based off of the, you know, when you draw characters and you get it to predict based on that. So you draw the number one, and then the AI predicts whether or not that it is a one or not. It actually does work a lot better. Um, but I wanted to make it even better still. Now, I spent a lot of time trying to get it to realize where the front of the actual bot is, and then get it to find the trajectory and then the decision based on the angle or where it should move. So it still wasn't smart. It's really just like, you know, um, I don't know. It knows the angle and it knows if it's getting closer and if it moves up, and so it just keeps on doing that until it finds you. And yeah, no, it works pretty good overall. But I decided to actually, this is how I built it. So here's how I start training a model, for example. I get it to have an angle which it's facing at. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, it's working. And then it improves until you stop um, the training, or it logically stops itself, and yeah, you can keep on going, and it should try and keep on improving. Okay, so then once it's stopped, I take the model, and of course I then copy and paste it into the actual other program with the bots that move around, and it should work, which it does. But I also had to build like a prediction model, so you can see that it's not very good sometimes. There's overfitting that happens, but you know, the angle is relatively correct most of the time. So I was quite happy for a generalist thing. I just wanted it to be a little bit faster than what it was. So yeah, yeah. So then I thought, oh well, I want to do this in 3D. So I created a 3D training one. Now the just stopped. Does yeah, there we go. Right. So I think because it had an initial drop off, it was like, oh, we've greatly improved. Where I actually wanted it to keep on improving. And I found that around 200 training samples was actually a good number for me, or 300, but it could have improved more. But you know, the way I found that out was actually by taking this model and I had to put it into a 3D domain. So this is one of the ones that I created for it. So what I do is I actually use normal math to find the direction or angle in between two different points. And then on the observer or AI, this is the result that the model gives. So you can see that it's pretty close there. So I can even set up a fixed close section for it to do the testing. I was having a lot of issues earlier, but as you can see here, the model is quite accurate, but not perfect. Oh, sorry, yeah, move things around. Yeah, so it gets off sometimes, but the fact that it's working basically in 3D space is all I really wanted because it's a little bit more fun. And if you can pass that information off then to the large language model, maybe it would be a bit more entertaining as an AI gaming idea. Yeah, so I'm moving home. I'm not going to be online for a few more days properly, and I'm going to be trying to make different content after that. But I wanted to give that update and show you what I've been working on and wasting my time on, and possibly, I don't know if I'm wasting my time, but it's been interesting, you know. I'm learning how to make my own models using TensorFlow, and yeah, I have enjoyed working in the 3D space. Oh, very bad. So yeah, I only trained it for about 2 minutes, so I've enjoyed this. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and see you again from my new home in a few days. Bye.